So today, guys, I'm calling them all out because they're ripping you off. Hey y'all, thanks for tuning back into Chickanic. I hope everybody's having a great week. Do not go anywhere because today I'm spilling the beans. Letting you know how all these big brands are ripping you off, how to avoid those extra charges, and hopefully it'll save you some time, money, and frustration in the future. But before we get into today's video, if you're a fan of saving time, money, and frustration while fixing your own small engine equipment while watching in-depth tutorials, you've come to the right place because that's what I do. I upload a couple times a week, and if that sounds interesting, hit that like button, smash that subscribe, don't forget to hit the notification bell, and please leave a comment. I love to read through the comments, and I will reply to all the early commenters. Okay guys, we are jumping right into it because I got a lot to unpack today and a lot of brands to cover. First off, John Deere. I've already made a video on it. I will leave a link in the description box below where I showed you if you go to the big box stores such as Lowe's and need any kind of service parts, oil filter, air filter, plugs, do not buy the John Deere brand. John Deere doesn't make engine parts. They don't make engines. They don't make transmissions. All they make is a body and a deck. So for instance, you go to Lowe's, you go to get an oil filter, theirs is $20. But you see the Kawasaki Kohler and Briggs one right next to it? One of those brands put their engine on that mower. So it is not going to void your warranty. As long as you know what engine you have and you put the correct oil filter on from that brand of engine, you're good to go and it's going to save you a ton of money. Now, I did get a bunch of comments after I made that video saying that if you go to a John Deere dealer, those aren't the prices at all, which I assumed they were close to the correct price because as an Echo dealer, when I was, Home Depot was also an Echo dealer. And I checked their prices all the time and they were always exactly the same as my prices. That's because Home Depot's a little cooler. Lowe's is not. If you go to get that same exact John Deere oil filter from a John Deere dealer, it's a little over $8. Or Lowe's $18 fuel filter. You go to a John Deere dealer, it's $5. They even sell an Aftermarket that's perfectly comparable for a little over $2. So just reiterating, do not ever buy any John Deere parts from Lowe's. Now, to get into new stuff, I'm going to start with the most egregious one I found this week. Briggs Stratton. Now, I'm a Briggs dealer and I sell lots of Briggs OEM parts. I keep Briggs oil in stock, I keep the actual 593260 air filter in stock, and I keep Champion RC12YC plugs. And I keep them separately. Now, they sell maintenance kits that come with this bottle of oil, this air filter, and this plug that fits about 60% of the walk-behind mowers that are out there today. So when you go to buy these parts because you need to service your mower, so you might type in service for your Briggs Stratton mower. You're not sure the model because they make it extremely hard to find, but these maintenance kits pop up. It's got exactly what you need. It's got the oil, it's got the air filter, it's got the plug. You know it's yours. So what are you gonna do? You're gonna click on it, you're gonna buy. You figured, I bought it in a bundle. It should be cheaper than buying it separately, right? Absolutely not. If you go to the realbriggsandstratton.com to buy this kit, these 3 little service pieces, it's $38. What? Now, fortunately, if you go to Lowe's or Home Depot, they charge about $24. But how much does it cost if you buy it in pieces? Now, the spark plug, the RC12YC plug that is made by many spark plug brands, Briggs doesn't actually make spark plugs themselves, they sell for about $3.50. The one at Walmart, even in the Briggs box, $3.50. 18 ounces of Briggs Stratton oil, $3.50. One OEM Briggs Stratton air filter, about $11. The math ain't mathin' here, guys, okay? $11, $7, that's $18. You're spending an extra $6 and some change if you go to Home Depot and Lowe's. If you buy it from Briggs Stratton, they're charging an extra $20. What happened to bundle and save? The more you buy from a company, the better price you get. And the bad part is, it doesn't even come with any lube. Now, why are these companies getting away with this? That's because studies have shown that people are lazy and don't want to make those extra clicks. Home Depot and Lowe's are betting $6 that you don't want to click a few more times. I mean, they actually give you the part numbers in the kit. All you got to do is Google search them. Briggs is betting $20 you won't do it. That's crazy. Which leads me to Echo. Now, I was an Echo dealer for over 13 years, and one thing I never did was keep maintenance kits in stock for my customers. I was always there to help them, to sell them parts individually and get them the best price. For example, their top-selling trimmer, the SRM 225. If you go to buy a maintenance kit today, it's over $21. What's in it? An air filter, a plug, and a fuel filter. Now, we already know plugs you can get for about $3.50. If you were to get the OEM fuel filter, it's a little over $4. And remember, all of these parts I'm giving you are OEM prices. There's plenty of comparable aftermarkets that work just fine for much cheaper. But the air filter, it's a little under $7. So say 7 plus 4 plus $3.50, you got $14.50. But if you buy it in a bundle, you're going to pay an extra $7. I know what you're saying right now. Screw Briggs, screw Echo. I can't believe they're doing that. Well, none of the other brands are any better, including Husqvarna. For instance, their 128 LD trimmer, which is one of their top-selling string trimmers. If you go to buy their maintenance kit today, it's about $25. All it includes is a little felt air filter, a spark plug, and a fuel filter. Now, as we know, we can get pretty much any spark plug for $3.50 from the actual manufacturer of the plugs. Husqvarna likes to charge $6 for that special fuel filter. Mind you, it's a pretty good fuel filter, but cheaper ones work just as well. But the air filter, it is less than $6. So even with their prices of $6, $12, $3.50, that's $15.50. They're charging $25 for their maintenance kit, all because they think you don't want to click. Now, I understand packaging, okay? I get it. But you're not going to tell me that it's an extra $10. And we're not going to finish without calling out Stihl too. Stihl's maintenance kit for their FS55 trimmer, one of the top selling trimmers they sell, is $20. It contains an air filter, a plug, and a fuel filter. As we know, spark plugs about $3.50. Their fuel filter, it's a little bit more pricey at almost $6. But the OEM list price on the air filter is $3.96. So we're looking at about $12.50 worth of parts that they're selling in a bundle for $20. So guys, I can go on and on, but you get what I'm saying. Do not buy maintenance kits in a bundle. If you have a local repair shop, that's the best place to go so you can get these parts individually. It'll definitely save you a bunch of time, money, and frustration. I'm also going to leave links in the description box below to the most commonly used maintenance parts at the most affordable prices. So guys, thanks again for tuning into Chickanic. If you find yourself coming back over and over again, think about hitting that subscribe button. And if you ain't tired of me yet, check this video out right here.